Today's show is being brought to you by your Atlanta Nissan dealers. This is It Barbecue and Atlanta Peach Movers.
Good morning, Atlanta. Happy Saturday. Welcome to another jam-packed football's play to win. We've got Falcons, we've got Dogs, and we've got SEC rivals. Action-packed show today, and we're going to do it all with our crew, Bob Whitfield, Chuck Smith, Terrence Mathis. We got more of the crew joining us here in a little bit. Our hometown team report is brought to you by Montlick Injury Attorneys. Welcome back, guys. Everybody survived another game day, and here we are to fight another one together like we do. So now my question to you, and Chuck, I will start with you first here. Which of the four teams are going to make, without a doubt, the college football playoff in your opinion?
Without a doubt, Nikki. Well, let's start out. First, I'm going to say, number one, Georgia's going to be in. All right. Then after that, I'm telling you who I believe it's going to be Cincinnati. Then throw in, guess what? I think it's going to be Oregon and Ohio State. I don't believe Alabama's going to win the SEC championship. I think Georgia beats them, and I think a two-loss Alabama team. I believe Oregon's going to run the table. Oregon has Utah coming up. They got Oregon State, then the Pac-12 championship. They win that. And when you look at Ohio State, they have Michigan State coming up in Michigan. They're going to win out, and I believe that those are the four teams that are going to be in. I think it's going to be Georgia. I think it's going to be Ohio State. I think it's going to be Oregon, and I think it's going to be Cincinnati.
Well. Au contraire, mon frere. You almost had me convinced, Chucky Go-Go. But I think something is going to happen in that mix. There is going to be a slip-up, and we know it's going to not – Georgia's going to win. They're going to beat Alabama, so Alabama's out. I give Cincinnati their in. I agree right there. But the slip-up is coming, and not in that Pac-12. Oregon is in. It is coming somewhere with Ohio State. They got the toughest two games on the schedule, and they got who I think is going to be a Heisman favorite coming up. So it's one of those things. I don't think Ohio State gets past this weekend, and I see one of those M teams going in, and it's Michigan State.
We got 3 weeks left. Chuck, who are your top three Heisman favorites?
Well, my top three Heisman favorites, I'll just say I got number one. It started out as Jordan Davis, but now I'm going with Nakobe Dean from Georgia. Why can't a defensive player win the Heisman Trophy? Because, look, there's no real offensive players out there that are changing the game. In my opinion, it's some big numbers, but I'm talking about the best player in America. I believe he's the linebacker at the University of Georgia, Nakobe Dean.
Well, Chucky, there is one football player that I said I was going to say him. He's Michigan State's running back, Walker III, not Herschel's son. He is a great Kenneth Walker III. He has been lighting it up. He scored 5 touchdowns against Michigan in one game that has never been done. Last week he ran for $140, 2 touchdowns. He has been consistent all year. He's about 1,400 yards on the season, and he's going to carry that team in these next 2 big games, one against Ohio State, and that's going to be a showcase game. And if he can run through that defense, I think he's going to be the front runner.
Garbage. Those are garbage numbers, Bob. This is a defensive year. It should happen for a defensive player. Sorry, Nikki.
Listen, anytime Bob calls you Chucky, I know it's about to go down, guys. If it's about to go down, you don't want to change the channel. When we come back, will Alabama punch their ticket to face Georgia? Our experts weigh in next on Football's Play to Win.
Recognized as a top-rated law firm for professional excellence in legal expertise, communication skills, and highest ethical standards. We are Montlick Injury Attorneys, and we know what it takes to win.
This might look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event ad. There's something to hold on to.
This is the part where I rush to save the day.
Wow, what a ride.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
Don't let something great slip away.
It's bow time. Real deal chicken sandwiches don't take shortcuts. 'Cause bold, hand-breaded chicken, huge pickles, and buttered buns just taste better. Try the new Bo's Chicken Sandwich for $3.99, only at Bojangles. It's Bo time.
We work late, so you can sleep easier. Our dedication is what makes us reliable. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Get any size furnace for just $49.99 a month.
Today's SEC and ACC report is being brought to you by your Southeastern Nissan dealer.
All right, let's talk some SEC, ACC football, brought to you by Greater Atlanta Nissan. Chris Marler jumping in to talk to us about all things college football. And what's your take, Chris, on what's going on in Gainesville right now?
Okay, here's my take on Gainesville. First off, have you ever seen Office Space? Because I think that's what's going on with Dan Mullen. We're not allowed to say this word on camera, but he gives absolutely zero blanks as to anything that's going on in that program right now. They almost lost to Sanford, and Sanford's a 3-5 FCS team. So, it seems that every single turn he does something else, either put his foot in his mouth or, not put his foot down with his team. They're celebrating after this win against Sanford. The goalposts are constantly moving with him. I don't see him lasting much longer, but I don't think it's really going to matter either way.
You know what matters?
Chuck?
The way it's
go.
Wait. It's $12 million. That's what matters, Nikki, is to get rid of Dan Mullen. It's $12 million. That's what matters. And
I'm glad you brought that up.
Get rid of Fuentes, it's $7 million for Virginia Tech. You get rid of coaches and you're paying out that much money. To me, it matters.
Okay, so it doesn't matter to this, the Southeastern Conference, because the boosters pay that off. And when you brought that up, that's a good point, because in the last 12 years since Saban has come into the conference, Auburn alone has spent $34 million on coaches' buyouts. $34 million. Last year, Will Muschamp got $13 million just to go away in a COVID year. You look at all of the buyouts for these coaches, they're built in like that. Malzahn got $21 million. So the money's there. It's also the University of Florida. They definitely have the resources.
I wish somebody would pay me to go away.
For real.
Go away for
me too.
$100 million.
Nikki, can I speak on it?
Arkansas. Yeah, speak on it.
Real quick, here's all I want to say is this, Chris. One thing I would disagree with you on is Dan Mullen can't control what all them kids do. Man, them kids won the game, but the bottom line is kids celebrate anyway. These kids dance. Look, they dance when they're at home. They dance through the hallway. They skip and so to me, everybody's got a target on Dan Mullen. And for me, for kids to be celebrating in the locker room, the coach cannot take responsibility for that, because I know I got two boys. They dance when they win. They dance all the time, man. So I don't think that's an indictment on the coach in his program why he should get fired.
No, I don't think that. I think it's okay for the kids to dance too, but if your job is in jeopardy and you also are a terrible dancer because you're always wearing Dockers with a bunch of Jordans on, you look like it ridiculous, maybe don't dance with them. Just let the kids dance.
Well, speaking of dancing, Arkansas at Alabama. Do you think that Alabama just punches their ticket, Chris? They done?
I would hope so. I mean, Jesus, they've had a rough stretch here, especially after that LSU game. Arkansas is a really good team. I think Pittman's done a really good job there in year 2. 7 wins, so they're way ahead of schedule. What's going to be interesting is the fact that they have a mobile quarterback, and Bama struggles a lot of times with a mobile quarterback. And KJ Jefferson extends the play a lot to avoid, the pass rush. And that's really an area that Bama has kind of taken over in the past couple of weeks with Will Anderson. I know Chuck was talking about Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis. Will Anderson's leading the country in sacks and tackles for loss. It's been an incredible year for defense in the SEC.
Okay, it's time now for our college football showdown.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing.
A top 10 matchup, Michigan State at Ohio State. What do you think the biggest keys are to this game, Chris?
All right, so I heard Bob talk about this in the first segment. And listen, I love the enthusiasm because nobody wants Ohio State to lose every game they play more than me. Michigan State has the 130th ranked pass defense in the country. There are 130 total teams in the country. They're going to get absolutely lit up by that offense. They gave up 560 yards passing to Western Kentucky. Ohio State is going to destroy Michigan State, especially at home. They play a lot better at home.
You lucky. You're lucky. Because sacks are the key. Michigan State do sack the quarterback. So we need some sacks for Michigan State to win. Ohio State's offense is impeccable. They are the best offensive powerhouse. They score a lot of points. But if you can have some injuries return and get pressure with that defense, you can ride Walker to 300 yards on the ground and control that game.
All right, guys. More coming up next. You don't want to change that channel. We're going to talk about the Dogs and figure out what they have to gain between the hedges today. We'll be right back on Football's Play to Win.
This might look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event ad. There's something to hold on to.
This is the part where I rush to save the day.
Wow, what a ride.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
Don't let something great slip away.
Hi, honey. Oh, I missed you.
You just want to video call the kids.
Okay. Hush, little baby.
Don't say a word. But if slow upload speeds turn your good night call into an accidental horror movie,
Can you hear me?
shut it down. Just remember, you're not a bad mom. You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers faster upload speeds for more reliable video calls. Get AT&T Fiber, plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877 only ATT.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
Today's University of Georgia report is being brought to you by Beaver Toyota. We're here to wow you.
Welcome back. Today's Dog Report is brought to you by Beaver Toyota. Charleston Southern, Georgia, we kind of know what the outcome's going to be here, but Chuck, I'll ask you this. As a player, what is the goal that you have in mind going into a game like this? Take it from both perspectives, both teams.
Well, first and foremost, if you're a starter and you play, let's say, defense at Georgia, it's a stat game. A lot of guys are trying to stack their sacks and things like that and get numbers offensively. You're trying to get numbers. So when you look at, especially guys who are trying to get, looked at in from an NFL standpoint, it's about stats. Now, for the backup guys and the younger guys, it's all about time, opportunities to get some playing time, and for Kirby and those guys to kind of see some of the younger guys and get them in a rhythm and get them some playing time.
And Chris, would you say that UGA has probably the best tight end pairing going on right now with Washington and Bowers?
I love that you said pairing because one of these tight ends is from Napa Valley, and I have no idea how Kirby Smart ventured over to Napa Valley and found the best tight end in the country. This kid leads the team in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. He's an incredible athlete and a wine connoisseur. Just like it's very, very impressive kid.
Hey, Nikki, let me tell you something about Charleston Southern. There's a guy that plays for them,
okay.
Jack Chambers. He does have that movie star name, while Stetson Bennett has that lawyer's type name. But they are the same size and stature, and Jack Chambers went to Parkview, Gwinnett County.
Oh, what's up? Go Panthers.
For anybody that might be inspired, it's Jack Chambers. He should be inspired to go against Georgia because he's looking at Stetson Bennett and was like, we're the same height. How come I can't play for Georgia?
Dude, you tripping.
And we both got such cool names. Well, thank you for that.
You tripping, Bob. You
Coming
tripping.
in here with some local truth. Speaking of local truth, we're going to talk about Arthur Smith. How is he been doing his first year? Our experts weigh in next on Football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers, Chevrolet, Find New Roads, Bojangles, and Reliable Heating and Air.
You guys are going to love this. We've made it simple. We call it Beaver Direct. You don't have to visit the dealership to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Complete your entire purchase right online. At Beaver Direct, you can quickly obtain a credit approval, have your trade appraised, chat with a specialist, and even switch to video. Beaver Direct was designed to make your car buying experience fast, fun, and easy. We'll trailer your vehicle right to your doorstep for your private test drive. Log on to BeaverToyotaofCumming.com and click on the Beaver Direct button. You'll be done in no time.
I've been swimming as long as I can remember. I was chasing my dream to make the Olympics in 2020, and then just the absolute worst thing happened. I was hit by a car. I originally went to a different attorney. They turned me down, so that was when I turned to Malik & Associates. They helped me set myself up for a financial future that will overcome the loss of what happened. They made a case for me when someone else said I didn't have one. If someone were in an accident, I would highly recommend Malik & Associates.
We get uncomfortable to restore your comfort. Our commitment is what makes us reliable. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Only $19.99 a month for a new water heater.
Today's Atlanta Falcons report is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Welcome back. Our Falcons report is brought to you by Georgia Drives Chevy. Terrence Mathis, we are so lucky. We've got this panelist of ex-Falcons players, and I know you guys have been here before. If you are an Atlanta Falcon player right now, what is your goal for the remainder of the season, Terrence?
Win football games. That's plain and simple. Here it is. Everyone has to get on the same page. Right now, I don't think they're on the same page. I don't think the players trust the scheme offensively and defensively. And I don't think the coaches trust the players to execute offensively, defensively. So I think right now what they need to do is find a way to get on the same page so they can finish the season strong.
Oh, for me, Nikki, it's respect. I've been on a gang of bad teams, and one thing I always believe, great players perform even on bad teams. All three of us were players that played on bad teams, and we always went out there, made plays, and, had solid seasons. So really, at the end of the season, it's a team game. So you'll be evaluated with your team record. But when the eye in the sky looks down at the team, they break it down into individuals, so they evaluate the player. I always wanted to be, when they did that final evaluation, they said Chuck Smith balled out and gave his all and made plays. And for me, that's ultimately what I want to finish with, is make sure that people know that I balled out and I wasn't part of the problem.
Amen.
And if you had to give, amen. And if you had to give Arthur Smith a grade for his first season being the head coach, Bob, what would you say you would give him?
Well, sometimes you have to do a self-assessment and have this thing of self-awareness. So I don't have to say what I feel about him, because I can just quote what he said about himself and the team. I got to do a better job of getting them prepared. We were out-coached and outplayed. It wasn't good enough on our end, starting with me on down. So it's some of the things that the head coach himself have been saying about the performance, about the way you get everybody involved, about how you get those guys inspired to play. And it's a thing that you are a new coach, and I still have to question from early on in the off season, was this the coach that those players were looking forward to having? Because maybe they were looking at Eric Bieniemy, who what he was doing with Patrick Mahomes, and you're looking at a high-flying offense, and then now we have Arthur Smith. I don't know. I am not on that team in the locker room, but I know when the coach is bleeding his heart out, trying to express that he has to fix some things, and you have to wonder how that locker room is.
All right already.
Okay. Chuck, here we go.
Okay.
This is week 9. They just finished 9 games, and he keeps saying the same old things. It's me, it's me, it's me. When are you going to fix you? I have never seen you make mid-game adjustments or halftime adjustments in a game on both sides of the ball. So, yeah, it is you. So you need to fix you so these players can trust you.
What are you fixing for Thanksgiving? Let's check in with our friend Telly Anthony over at This Is It Barbecue. It's always a good day when we get to catch up with our friends and family over at This Is It Barbecue. Telly Anthony, tell them what everybody needs to do out there to look like geniuses this Thanksgiving.
They need to make it their way immediately to This Is It Barbecue and Seafood. All locations open Thanksgiving Day. We open all week. We got all the fixings: turkey, dressing, macaroni and cheese, collard greens. And we got that sweet potato souffle. And right after Thanksgiving, we open up the brand new location right here in Union City. Are you ready, Union City?
Ooh, the heavyweight champions. When does it open?
December 7th is our first Fruits Day. We feed the entire community for free. And December the 8th, we open for business.
You guys are always out there doing some heavy lifting in the community too, Telly. Thank you so much for hooking us up with the keys to success this Thanksgiving. I wish this camera was scratch and sniff so I could smell it through the camera. It is always so delicious and so good to catch up with you guys. You heard the man. Go see Telly and our friends over at This Is It Barbecue and Seafood. And congrats on that new Union City location.
Thanks, Nikki.
Okay, everybody, when we come back, we're going to talk Super Bowl favorites. You don't want to miss it. It's all coming up next on Football's Play to Win.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
This is it. For generations, we've been smoking and frying delicious turkeys with love and history.
You gotta love the turkey.
Seasoned to the bone.
Ooh, you gotta rub the turkey.
The juices are locked in.
Clank, 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 clank. I gotta go.
Where you going?
I need my This Is It now.
Get your This Is It now. Order online for pickup or get it delivered.
Hi, honey. Oh, I missed you.
You just want to video call the kids.
Okay. Hush, little baby.
Don't say a word.
But if slow upload speeds turn your good night call into an accidental horror movie,
Can you hear me?
Shut it down.
just remember, you're not a bad mom. You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers faster upload speeds for more reliable video calls. Get AT&T Fiber, plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877 only ATT.
This might look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event ad. There's something to hold on to.
This is the part where I rush to save the day.
Wow, what a ride.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
Don't let something great slip away.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air, servicing Atlanta's heating and air conditioning needs for over 40 years.
It's time now for our NFL Report, brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Terrence, I'll start with you first. Are the Cowboys the class of the NFC, or are we still thinking that Tampa Bay makes the playoffs?
Well, right now, because of the Cowboys winning this year, everybody's high on America's team, and the Buccaneers have slipped a little bit. That happens in the NFL. But the cream usually rises to the top in December and January. And I still think the defending champions are still the team to beat. And that's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No, Bob?
Ooh, T. I'm going with Mr. Immunized up in Green Bay. They're trying to get new money for their stadium. So they're sending out common stock shares. You don't make a profit if you buy into the Green Bay Packers, but you will make sure that those stadium upgrades happen, because Green Bay, with Aaron Rodgers coming back, they are a phenomenal team still. Even though they lost a running back to injury, I still think them as being right up there at that top, and they can be the one challenging Dallas in an NFC championship.
I think the Dallas Cowboys are Super Bowl ready. Let me give you some reasons why. Number one, they can run the ball with Ezekiel Elliott. Number two, Dak Prescott, he's got great receivers. CeeDee Lamb, look at some of the guys he has. Cooper at wide receiver. And I think what makes this Dallas Cowboys team a true contender, they got one of the best defenses in the National Football League. Dan Quinn has got these guys. He's dialing it up. He's not just playing coverage anymore. He's blitzing. He's using man. He's sending multiple blitzers. He has pressure fire zones. And I think the Cowboys right now, to me, they're a veteran team. I think the Cowboys have as good a chance to come out the NFC as anybody.
Terrence, are you a believer in the Titans without Derrick Henry? If not, who's your favorite in the AFC?
Well, here's the thing. They can win, but when it gets time for playoff time, you got to be able to run the football. And Derrick Henry was that guy, that answer for them when they couldn't throw the football in cold weather games. And I'm not a true believer of them right now in the AFC. Kansas City is starting to play better. They're getting better and better as every week. So Kansas City is one of those teams that you're going to have to look out for in the AFC.
It's exciting nonetheless, and it's finally time for Jeffrey the Ed Schechter's picks this week. You don't want to miss it. It's all coming up next on Football's Play to Win.
We had a home warranty, and over the years, probably close to 80% of our problems came from heating and air situations. We had a major breakdown, so when we called the home warranty company, we had to come out of pocket $1,700. We came across reliable. One of the technicians explained to us there was a program to help change over the units. They would maintain the units for the life of the unit. It was a no-brainer for us.
Get any size furnace for just $49.99 a month.
You just bought a new house. Now you've got to move. Nobody likes to move. That's why you call Atlanta Peach Movers. Your choice for the best move. No job is too big or too small, and you can be assured your belongings will get where they need to be on time and in one piece. Our in-house training facility ensures our team is ready to offer you unmatched service and a no-hassle moving experience. For the best value in the business, call Atlanta Peach Movers for a free quote today.
This might look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event ad. There's something to hold on to.
This is the part where I rush to save the day.
Wow, what a ride.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
Don't let something break slip away.
Today's college and NFL predictions is being brought to you by This Is It Barbecue.
All right, it's time for our college and NFL predictions brought to you by the delicious This Is It Barbecue. And this is Jeffrey the Ed Schechter. Jeffrey, give us your picks for the week.
I called a shot last week with East Carolina. They're in a new phase. They're a good team, and I'm going to go with them. I'm going to give the 4.5 points against my favorite home dog, Navy. But Navy's just not any good. Oregon and Utah. Utah's going to beat them. Give the 3. This is perfect. It'll make Utah's season. And all of a sudden, Clemson's a favorite over Wake Forest. Wake Forest can score too many points and cover the 3.5. In the pros, Green Bay 2.5 over Minnesota. Green Bay's got the best defense in the NFL. I think they could beat Minnesota on the road. New Orleans, Philadelphia, it should be a tight game, but I think New Orleans knows how to win. Give them the 1. And Dallas, Kansas City could be a preview of the Super Bowl. And I like KC, give them 1.5. It seems like they got their program going right last week. Good luck, everybody.
Thanks, Jeffrey. And guys, thanks again for being with us on another awesome week of Football's Play to Win. We'll see you all as the conversation always continues online. Until next Saturday, 9 a.m. on Fox 5. We'll see you next week on Football's Play to Win.
Today's show has been brought to you by Beaver Toyota, Montlick Injury Attorneys. Our attorneys know what it takes to win. And AT&T.